Step into building slides in Creativerse. You're gonna need ice. You're gonna need a lot of ice. The best way I found, best way I found to farm ice is to just build up as high as you can, somewhere where the temperature has dropped to like here it's like negative or 2, somewhere around 0. And make sure you bring water and that you know how to pop a glider out if you need one. But as long as you do that, get this all out of the way. You can build one of these little platforms. There's other ways to build it, but I just built it this way because it was easier for the position. As you can see, I just have a platform way up. I just built on a 1x1 all the way up till it was cold enough. I started building a platform. I built a little platform and I built a little block to jump up. Also, frost resistant potions work great for this because you will get cold. So then we're gonna want water. Okay, I got water. 5. And then, oops, that's still gonna work. You just drop the water and let it do its thing. And then it'll just freeze as it comes out. Oh, you don't gotta build no crazy contraption. As the water falls, it'll freeze. Then you can just farm all the ice you need. Ice for days. The next step, you're going to want to take the ice and you're going to want to cut the ice into slopes. And now the reason you want to do this instead of just using the ice is because the slopes don't melt. If you use them as blocks, they need to stay at a certain temperature or they'll melt and become water. But if you cut them into slopes, they're not going to melt. And for building slides, that's going to be necessary. Alright, so while those are cutting, the next thing you're going to need is a building material. Pretty much whatever block you want to build with. It doesn't really matter what you use. For the demonstration, I'm just going to use stained glass because I already have a bunch of it. Like I said, you could use whatever you want. The other ingredient you're going to need, which is necessary for this to work, you could do it with just gravity, but I prefer using the assistance of the fans. And you can craft these. This is the one that might take a little more farming because it takes magnetite, and this one's a little more rare to come across. So with fans, you're gonna need some magnetite obsidian rods and luminite. I'm going to craft a bunch of those. Depending on how big your slide's going to be, you know, how many you're going to need. But you're definitely going to want to farm those in advance. I got about 13, which will work for explaining how this all works. Get all your slopes and your building mats. Now, with the slopes and building blueprints, it's a little more tricky. You can build it block by block, which I have done. Originally, when I was building my slides and wasn't familiar with blueprints, I was building them block by block, and it took a while. And if you fall halfway, it's sometimes a pain in the ass to have to climb back up. Which also, another tip, low gravity helps a lot if you have a pro account. It's worth it. Now the trick with building slopes is that you can build a blueprint upward. You can start from the ground up, but you can't build down. So when you're building slopes, you have to build them upward, which can be a pain in the keys. With that being said, you kind of have to plan where you're gonna have your descents, because you have to build up to it. So if you have to build up to it and you already have something coming off of somewhere to come down to this, you're gonna kind of have to guesstimate where it is and build up to it and build according to that, which is kind of a pain, and I wish they would change it to where you could rotate blueprints, but it is what it is, and it's standard. So with these, I have them facing down, so you slope down. It doesn't have a fan, because you don't really need a fan for the downward, unless you're trying to gain some crazy velocity or something. It's a pretty basic build here. You know, you got the 3 slopes in the middle, and then you got your blocks on the side to keep you in the track. Let's get one out real quick. Remember, you can always customize your blocks however you want. So always remember to say no thanks when they want you to pay coins. You just want to put whatever block you want in there. You can use whatever you want. You could use, you know, I don't really have much on me, but the glass works, it's fancy. So. We got our slopes out. And our sides. And in this one I do have fans on it, because the part I was working on I was using it to gain a lot of speed. But like I said, you don't need a fan for downward if you're just building, you know, a basic downward slide. As you can see, you can get your own velocity from it, so it's like you don't need it, it's just a little perk. If you are building with a fan, I suggest maybe going up another layer by adding like another block here or whatever, and so on down, so you have a little bit more of a wall to keep you in. It's very easy to fall or to fly out the side when you start going really fast, so keep that in mind with your slide building. Adds more blocks to you, how many you're going to need to build. And that's the basics of the downward slope. You can build on that, you know, however you want. The basic blueprints I'm using right now and going over are just building blocks that I use to build, you know, bigger blueprints or bigger slides. These are what I've built as my basics tools for building slides, because it's the most, you know, efficient way. And you can piece as many as you want. Now see, now if we were going to go another layer. So we're gonna go another layer on this, right? Say this was like already going down or whatever. Or this was the end of the slide. This is the end. So you're gonna want these gone. And get the slopes. We want slopes. And then see, we don't want, I don't think we want all the way down. We could, but let's see, rotate. So since we want it flat, we're going to rotate it to where we have our flat side. There we go, that's our bottom of our slide here. Build some more guide walls. And you know what, just to spruce up the bottom, we are going to throw a little bit of water in here. Oop. Here we go. Now the bottom of our slide will have water. We'll take the same blueprint, and we're going to want to connect it, so we're going to want to build another one up. So you see when I place it and it projects, that's where I have these to stack at, right there. We come down before we even place it. These won't be here, these are just building around. We have the 3 slopes that connect, and that's like the spine of your slide. You know, see, that's where you're gonna ride it. It's the fun part. So all the blocks around that, or whatever you want to build. Spice it up however you want. Remember, when you open the blueprint, it's gonna ask you if you want to spend coins. Never spend coins, guys. Never do it. Just no thanks, okay? Open it up again. Customize. You know what? Maybe we want this layer to be red. We're going to use the red ones this time. We're done here. Our slopes. Our sides. And in this case, our fan. We're going to leave it on this time since it's up top. Why not? You know? Have some fun. And then we can move up another layer. You know, pick up our blueprint. Pop our blueprint down. Go back in. No thanks. Go back in again. Customize. You know what? This layer is going to be yellow. Here, grab our yellow bricks. There we go. We got our slopes. We got our walls. Okay, that wasn't this quick. Got our fan. And we're done now. We're missing a block. It's probably one of these. Sometimes you have to come in here, do it from the middle. There we go. That should have been it, right? Sometimes the bottom blocks don't like to go. If it's not that one, it'll end up being this middle, one of the middle ones. There it is. Alright, we've completed that. So now we have our, you know, 3x3 up here. So our slide's about 9 blocks high right now, give or take our little bottom lip right there. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. Nope. And that's the basic of how that works. Like I said, you don't need the fans on there. Just gives you a little more speed. I'm gonna go ahead and take them out so we can give our little slide here a good gravity test. Remember guys, another tip, see, crouch, when you're building your slides, is amazing. You can come all the way out here, you don't have to worry about falling. It'll save your life. Alright. We'll build a little platform here for ourselves. Turn off crouch. And then look at that. Now we have our slide. Whee! If you guys have been following along, congratulations on your first basic slide build in Creativerse. We'll open this up. And we land in the water. Successful basic build for learning to build slides in Creativerse. One more tip, when I find easy ways to get up, or even for your workflow, wherever you're bouncing around, keep portals handy. And always remember what you're coding them. For me, I'm going to use bog water, teleports to bog water, explosive. Pop another one at the top. Now since that one was bog water, we're going to have this one teleport to bog water. And its portal code is going to be bog water explosive. So the other one portals to this. So that way, we take this, we're at the bottom of the slide. We take this, we're at the top of the slide. That way, you can go, ride your slide, wee kerplunk. Then come over here to the portal you put at the bottom. Portal right back up to the top. Ride it all over again, as many times as you want. Everybody, this has been Lucid Abstract. You can find me on Twitch if you want to watch live, or you can watch my videos on YouTube. Always enjoy the company. I hope your slide building becomes immensely great and exceeds all your expectations and imaginations of slide building in Creativerse. Create something great out there, guys. If you've watched any of this so far, I thank you. Have a great day.